And you are live.
Okay.
Show Cal.
So, my name is Rob Weidner. Before I turned full-time automation consultant, I was working in the film industry as a cinematographer. And so I needed a solution to be able to essentially manage my bookings, which when you try and find a solution for managing your bookings, you very frequently get tools like booking.com, and that was not a solution for me to manage my bookings in the film industry. I needed essentially a calendar to do so, and my calendar kind of looked like this, in that I'd get booked for maybe a day at a time, maybe a week at a time. I know there's a couple people in here that have had or experienced some of the pain points of the film industry and the nuances behind it. And so a lot of tools out there just don't necessarily work with the nuances of the film industry. And so I needed a way to do that without essentially having an agent work on my behalf. So I created ShowCal. And ShowCal is essentially a booking platform created with Airtable, Stacker as the front end, and Make primarily doing all the back end work. So you log into ShowCal, you have things like your bookings. When you open up a booking, you can see if there are any conflicting bookings, which is frequently what people say is the reason why you need to have an agent or something like that to manage this for you on your behalf. I can then go in and create time cards. Those time cards then turn into invoices on my behalf, and I can then go through and I can see all of my jobs that I've worked on in its entirety. And the beauty about this as well is that not only it works for myself, but it also works for people that manage teams or actual agencies themselves can manage individual groups of people. And so I've got a part of the beauty of Stacker is that it's kind of democratized essentially your front-end data. And so I needed a lot of different permissions to be able to allow essentially managers to be able to create bookings on behalf of crew members and make sure that information was properly kind of allocated, like the whole CRUD workflow was properly accounted for. So Stacker is great because not only you can have Airtable, but you can have multiple different data sources as well as multiple different bases as your actual data source, and it just allows for a lot of different layouts and filters and things like that. So it's a very simple concept of just having a booking platform, and ultimately one of the other things that everyone kept saying was, well, how do you interface with it? How do you interact with it? And it actually just kind of is directly tied into a Google Calendar. So I use a calendar app, and you can use whatever calendar app you want to create an automatic calendar for each individual crew member. And so they can use whatever calendar app they want to keep track of their bookings, and then they can just go in and automatically, it's kind of like a two-way sync essentially, but it's happening with Make and Airtable. So yeah.
You've got 2 minutes if you want questions.
2 minutes.
First, I have a question. Are you selling this? Because I know someone who wants this.
It is in a beta right now. In a beta, we've done already 1,200 bookings we've managed. So yes, it's in a kind of a closed beta right now at a very affordable price. So, yeah.
Discounted for Daretable members.
Sorry?
Discounted for Daretable members.
Of course. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good. Yep.
Would it be able to set up for a studio side to manage?
Repeat the question.
Yeah, for sure. So would it be able to handle any sort of traditional production or other elements of the production workflow? So I have a group of people that use it for gear. So essentially there are entities I'm calling are people, but you could actually, it hasn't been turned on because the beauty about Stacker is that you can kind of hide things. So there is a whole way to manage your gear in here as well. I know people that use it to manage each individual team, so like the lighting department will use it to manage different locations that they need to pre-rig lights for or something like that. So it's a kind of good way for people in the entertainment industry to collaborate with a tool that's kind of been made for them. Yeah, exactly. So each individual booking, you can come in here, there's PDFs So there's section for PDFs, section for gear because I'm kind of a super user, and the individual days on the booking. I can go in here. So like I said, it automatically like aggregates timesheets and time cards and PDFs. And
Rob, just so you know, Rob, Netflix and Sony are both here. So remember us in the future.
So,
seriously.
Yeah. Any other questions? It's a huge pain point in the it's a huge pain point in the entertainment industry, and it's a simple concept, and there's other tools out there like Calendly and all these other booking tools, but nothing specific to the entertainment industry. And there's millions of people that work in the industry worldwide. So I started this in South Africa 3 years ago, and people just kind of kept asking me for it. I built it on Airtable originally for myself, and then after people asked me for it, I was like, all right, well, now I got to figure out how to completely redo this and implement permissions and all this stuff.
Let's hear it for ShoCal. AI Marketing Manager, if you're here, AI Marketing Manager, if you're here, you are being...